There's a lot of past energy coming through in this reading. Hi. Picking up on somebody who could be very generous, and they're thinking, do I want to give to this? Like, do I still want to give to this situation? This person kind of rethinking of where we want to invest, what is genuine, what is not, okay? There could be a feeling of hot and cold, come and go kind of desire. Like, sometimes we feel energized, sometimes we don't. This could also be a person where it's like sometimes they seem interested, sometimes they don't, or sometimes they're there, sometimes they don't. There's the word infrequent and infrequency. There also could be a connection to social media in the past, based on like, what you're wanting to give to or not, like what you're determining. This in and out presence, okay? There could be some kind of a connection there. There could even be an evolution that's occurred. We have water and fire signs here that are a bit younger, but it doesn't just have to be those signs, so just please only take what resonates from this message, okay? We also have the Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck, feeling like things are a little bit heavy, a little bit burdensome, a little bit complicated to push through, and you're just like, where do my investments matter the most? Like, where do I really want to be investing at this time? And again, there's a lot of generosity coming from this person who we're reading for. So you, if you're resonating at this point, all right, let's see what else is here for you. High vibration of truth, clarity, accuracy. Nice. You do have personal wish fulfillment, emotional wish fulfillment. This also feels like you choosing to fill your own cup, making the choices that do satisfy and satiate you, that do ultimately bring you wish fulfillment. Like, it is in your hands to a degree with how you navigate, okay? So this just really feels like you deciding, you know what, I'm gonna invest in what feels good, in what feels true, in what feels like it is in my heart, Okay, what else is here for you? Please and thank you. Looks like there's been some kind of a change or a rewriting with either combined happiness, so you're more in like the Nine of Cups than the Ten of Cups, or with how you define like a happy family or a happy shared situation, or even within a happy family or shared situation. Like, there's just been a change in this area for you recently, okay? There could have even been some kind of distance, a breakup or a parting that has occurred not in the not far past. Maybe this felt like something that was like, oh, emotionally unstable. Well, those cards just like threw themselves, and I felt like a jolt in my gut when it happened, almost like a fear. So there could have been a lot of intensity on the nervous system in this connection. It also feels like you're settling for less than what you want physically right now. Maybe even it's fallen to the wayside a little bit, or been buried, like the full extent of what you really want in your physical world. This could be with money, monetarily, but also like what you want to build, what you want with your body, your home, all of it, all of that physical stuff. So you're kind of settling for, let's say, less in a way right now, or it's not that it's like has to be more or less, but it's not the full picture. It's more of an idea, and you're just kind of letting that sustain you for the moment. There also could be a King of Wands, fire sign, that you are still kind of recovering from in some way in your past. And if it's, I'm getting the word overbearing, so if it's not literally a fire sign, it's somebody who's been very overbearing in your life that you still are recovering from. It could have even played into whatever this emotional instability and breakup energy was, or distance in a relationship was. It's like that was an aspect of or part of this recovery journey from this overbearing energy. That's also why you could be rewriting the script about what happy family connection unit looks like for you. Okay, I feel that also with your very giving nature, it is important for you to be very selective with what you invest in. Mentally, physically especially, emotionally, Like, what are you giving to? Because if you continue to give to, for example, something that you already know is not helping you, isn't feeding you, isn't positive, then you're sending yourself a message, essentially. I also feel like you are still downloading. Reminds me of when you have like an update and it takes a long time to download. Like, you're still downloading a lot of aspects of your inheritance, your wealth, well-being, stability, support, especially as it might connect to romance or relationships, or how you feel able to support or invest in that as well. Like, you know there's more for you. That's really the feeling. And you almost seem a little bit guarded to allowing the full spectrum of your inheritance to come in or come through somehow. Whether this is inherited like gifts, positive karma in a sense, or like a literal inheritance. This is not wanting to work or build, not in the same way that you've been. And this could have even been not getting some kind of a job opportunity that you wanted to, or that you applied for, again, in the recent past. But there's this shock coming up here of victory. There's some kind of like a shock with, you see this image, 6 of Wands. It's like, what? No way. And it solves your dilemma of like this or that, or having a lot on your plate. There's some kind of a big surprise of like, there's no way that that just worked, or I just had that victory or that success or won that thing in that way, or what? It really worked. It really happened. And it's just like such a burden reliever. Like, it just really relieves all the stuff on your plate, or even the weighing of like, how am I going to do that? But then I have that, or I have to go there and do this. I also feel like it requires not that much from you, whatever this is. And also there could be a slight intuition of that you've recently had to talk less about your past or something. Yeah, it's like talking less about, or sharing less, thinking less even about the past. It ties into this victory or this success somehow. Okay? You've been called to that. All right, let's get one more. Please and thank you. Hidden. It's the only hidden one so far. 3 of Pentacles. This is like you don't realize fully what you've been building all along. You don't realize what doors you've been opening, not fully, all along. Okay? You don't realize that it's been like right in front of you, what you're building all along, but you just don't see it till you see it. You don't see it till it's there. You don't see it till it happens. Maybe you've already experienced things like that before. King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. All right. One more. You can always email us for personal reading inquiries and healing inquiries. Passion. You've kept some kind of passion to yourself at many points, especially past-oriented. All right. You go back and forth with feeling anxious, shy about this, and then more out in the open with it. A lot of reality morphing here. Some of you could have forgotten yourself, or a Queen of Cups, so female energy too. There's something about like forgotten this energy. I've forgotten this energy somehow. Maybe it was buried underneath this masculine earth sign, or the masculine earth needs of the world, like money and business and job, something like that. And it feels like you've been asked lately to look at where have you been holding on to a lack of harmony, to disharmony Like, where have you been holding on to those kinds of connections and investments in your life? And do you want to keep choosing that?